Hello everyone, my name is Michelle Spiegel and I'm with Century 21 Judge Fight here in Arlington, Texas. And today I want to talk to you about HOAs. Okay, let's get started. An HOA is a homeowners association, and anytime that you live in a community that has an HOA or one that you want to move into, you are going to become a member of that homeowners association, and you will have to pay dues. The fees are called dues, and they're due on a quarterly basis or an annual basis, and they vary. They're not standardized, so depending on the community and neighborhood you live in, it could be $1,000 for a house in one subdivision, and it could be $3,000, $4,000 if you live in another subdivision. It just depends on the neighborhood and the amenities that they offer. So they could offer a community pool, a fitness center, they could mow your lawn. And so depending on the amenities is that's why they will charge you a certain amount of money. And what they do with that money is they put it into a reserve, and they use that money to maintain the common areas such as the swimming pool and the fitness center. So if you live in a neighborhood that has a homeowners association that is well run, then that is definitely a pro to living in that community, because everybody, well, let's talk about the pros and cons. Okay, so the first pro obviously would be that your home value will probably increase because everybody in the area is maintaining a certain standard, and the fronts of the houses all are standard, depending on how many trees they require, the landscaping, the color scheme, all of that is regulated by the homeowners association. So a neighbor can't move in and not cut their lawn, put some crazy pink color on their house, or, people do crazy things with their homes, but an HOA will restrict that to make sure that the community maintains a certain standard and eye appeal. And they will also regulate, whether or not you can put a shed in the backyard, or what kind of landscaping you have out front. So a homeowners association is a very good level playing field in making sure that everybody keeps the same standard, so that the prices and the houses in your home, in your community, increase. Now, a con of having a homeowners association would be if it's not well run, or if you don't have one at all. Then your neighbors can do whatever they want. So for instance, they can put trash out on the curb and wait weeks and weeks for the trash to come pick it up. They can park their cars in their yards. There's city codes, but those aren't as restrictive as a homeowners association, because the city code doesn't regulate landscaping, that kind of thing. So a con would be that to live in an HOA area would be that if it's not well run, they don't keep the reserves, and so what you end up doing is having to pay more money, possibly, because they haven't maintained the reserves, and so they might charge a special assessment fee, and that's on top of you're already paying the HOA dues. So the problem with that is if you don't pay it, they can put a lien on your house. So it's very important, even if whether or not you pay your HOA dues, the annual ones, or the special assessment, if you don't pay either one of those, they can put the lien on, and then you could possibly lose your home. So you have to understand that when you're moving into an HOA community, you have to pay those. It's like paying taxes. If you don't pay your taxes, they're going to come and take away your house. And the same thing with HOA dues and assessments. Now, Now, before you move into a neighborhood that has an HOA, there's a couple things you can do to research whether or not it's well run, how happy the residents are in that community, and then you can also get what's called a Declaration of Covenants, Conditions, and Restrictions. And that is a document that tells you all the things that you have to do to maintain your home, the things that you have to it just gives you all the restrictions basically of how to keep your house and the standard that they expect you to keep. Now, you can also go into Facebook groups or talk to somebody in the community and ask them how well the HOA is run. You can also find out if there's any lawsuits levied against the HOA. They will tell you any lawsuit levied against them unless it's related to taxes. Because like I said, if you don't pay your taxes, then you're getting the boot. But they can definitely tell you if there's something going on. And that would be a huge red flag if they've got lawsuits pending against them. It possibly could mean that there's some issues there. So it's always good to get with your real estate agent. They can actually get that deed covenant for you, and you can look it over beforehand and just drive around the neighborhood and see if everybody's maintaining their standards, but just see if there just is something that doesn't look right. Always research a neighborhood, drive through it in the morning, in the afternoon when you're going to be coming home from work. You want to see how the neighborhood looks not only when you're visiting it the one time, but throughout the day. How does that community look and operate? So for instance, here's my personal story. I moved into a house 16 years ago as a single person, and so I had never owned a home before, so it was very new, and I wanted to make sure that I didn't have an HOA because I didn't want the extra fees associated with that, because I was on a budget and I didn't want to pay it. So I moved into a neighborhood. It was a new construction, and I love my house. But the neighborhood, some of the neighbors have really good standards and some of the neighbors don't. And some of the neighbors, as people are moving in and out, put lots of trash on their front, on the curb for the city to pick it up, and they could put it out and it could sit out there for a couple of weeks until the city picks it up, and they're allowed to do that. And but it's an eyesore, and so if you live in an HOA, you're not going to be able to do that. You'll have to have somebody come pick up the trash or whatnot. So that's all I have for you today. If you like this video, please give me a like and hit the subscribe button down below. Every Tuesday I'm uploading new videos, everything related to real estate. So I hope to see you here, and until then, buy real estate and wait. Don't wait. Wait. Okay. Until then, don't wait to buy real estate. Buy real estate and wait. Y'all take care. Bye.